Rishi Sunak announced a surprise summer general election in a statement outside Downing. The Prime Minister fired the starting gun for a July 4 ballot on Wednesday following a day of fevered speculation. Mr Sunak made the economy and combating the global security threats facing the UK the key elements of his pitch to the nation as he attempts to overturn a 20-point opinion poll. He warned Sir Keir Starmer could not be trusted to lead the country through uncertain times. In response, the Labour leader told voters, "Together we can stop the chaos, we can turn the page, we can start to rebuild." A July election is earlier than many in Westminster had expected, with a contest in October or November widely thought to have been. Here's a look at the latest polling, odds and insight into who could win the UK 2024 general election polls tracker. As we've seen in past general elections, opinion polls can be wrong, but they're a good place. A new YouGov poll puts Labour on 46%. With the Tories 25 points behind on 21. Insurgent Party Reform UK, led by Richard Tice, is third with Sir Ed Davies. Lib Dems are next on 9%, while the Greens are on 7% and the SNP take 3%. The poll of 2,093 British adults was carried out on May the 21st to the 20th. A snap poll by YouGov of 3,509 British adults on May 22 on whether the PM was right to call the general election found 61% said yes and 11% said no. Latest election odds, Ladbrokes have revealed Labour are as short as 120 to win the most seats, while 1/10 says we see an overall majority for Labour, compared to 25-1 for the. Alex Apathy of Ladbrokes said, "Things look like they're going very much Labour's way, as far as the latest odds are concerned. And while we don't yet know exactly when the next general election will be, we'd be staggered if the outcome isn't a Labour majority." Betfair says the Tories are on course for election wipeout, odds on at half to lose 201 or more seats. Betfair spokesperson Sam Rossbottom said, "The Betfair exchange saw a huge amount of activity on its next election date market this morning, with July being backed in all day, and the PM's confirmation this evening of a July 4 election has not surprised." And if Rishi Sunak had hoped his call would improve the Tories' chances of an election win, then he won't be pleased to see the Betfair odds showing a clear Labour win in July. Labour are being heavily backed to win an overall majority, which is as short as 213, and they are even shorter at 1/12 to win the most seats when the country goes to the poll. The Tories remain odds on at half to lose a whopping 201 or more seats, and punters don't seem convinced that it will be anything but a wipeout for the PM's. According to betting site Odds Checker, Labour are massive favourites to win the most seats in the general election, with odds of 270. The odds of the Conservatives winning a majority are 21-1, with Reform at 51 and UKIP at 110-1. According to the bookies, Labour is 1/9 to have a majority after the national vote, with the odds of a Labour minority government at 6. The bookies currently put the chances of a Labour-Lib Dem coalition at just 21, giving 25-1 odds of a Conservative majority.